Hi guys, we see a lot of metal in our day-to-day life. They are in a various different shapes and they are used in multiple different ways. Now, have you ever wondered how those metal are formed into the shapes that you are looking in everyday life? Metals are everywhere, in our cars, in our home, and also in the smartphone that we are holding right now. So how does this incredible material transform or within the solid rocks to the everyday object that we can see it in our day-to-day life? So let's find out in this video how the metal are extracted from the earth. It is just a simple overview, and from there I will take you through the process of how the metal actually are being shaped to the day-to-day life that we are looking using different manufacturing practices. So these metals are getting extracted from the earth using the surface mining or underground mining. So these extracted ores are actually a mixture of the desired metal with unwanted rocks. All the unwanted material is being filtered in the furnaces that we are looking in this video right now. At this stage, we get metal in a liquid shape. But this metal is further processed into the secondary metal manufacturing processes where you get the desired qualities like stainless steel 316, 304, mild steel, high tool steel. All this kind of steel are being further processed in a secondary metal making process. So now we know how metal are extracted. Now let's understand how all this metal are actually being transferred into the day-to-day life shapes that you're looking in every single day. In the whole world, there are some basic manufacturing principles. But if you look at the manufacturing method, it is basically all these 7 methods and the combination of them that are being used to make the final product that is coming to your place. To start with, I will go with the most common method to make the metal. Number 1, material removal process. So this is a very simple process where we shape the material by removing the unwanted area of the material. Remember sharpening the pencil with a sharpener. So that's exactly how it works. We use different tools which are harder than the material. It is one type of material removal process. So this material removal process is further categorized into other categories. For example, machining methods. So in machining methods, what we do is we use the tool steel to cut down or reshape the steel that is softer than that with the operations like drilling, shaping, lathe machines and some similar operations. The another material removal process is abrasive machining. When you use grinders or polishing belts or buffers to polish out the surface or to remove a very small amount of material from the surface of the material. Now the third material removal process is very common and very widely used. It is called the thermal material removal process, where we use heat to shape the material and get it in a shape that we want. The most famous example of this method are laser cutting, plasma cutting and oxy arc cutting. You will find them in most of the sheet metal workshop. So now you know how to remove the material and get the shapes. Now let's understand how to add the material to get the shapes that you require. The good examples of this is brazing, soldering, welding, and nowadays the new method that is coming is 3D printing, where we put layer by layer to make the desired shape that we require. So number 4 is metal shaping using casting or foundry. So this is a method where we liquefy the metal in the liquid shape and we shape them into the desired shape that we want. To explain this in a simpler way, imagine you are going to the fridge and you get an ice cube from the freezer. So those ice cubes may not necessarily be the same sizes at every different houses, right? So those ice cubes are actually get the shape of whatever the ice trays are. And they are actually the part of water which is further solidified according to the shape of the ice tray. So that is the exact same principle when we get the material in a cast. We liquefy the metal and when we solidify it, the metal gets the shape of whatever the die it is. Now let's understand the next process in which we heat up the metal and put it into a semi-solid stage. So in the semi-solid state, it is very easy for us to deform the metal using a higher force or higher pressure. You can see various examples of how swords are getting forged into the movies or into the TV series nowadays. Manufacturing method number 6. This is called the forming. Remember when we use the laser cutting in a thermal manufacturing process to get the shape, to cut down the shape that we require? Now in the forming process, what we do is we use the material's behavior of plastic deformity, and we apply just enough force so that it can deform in a way that it goes into a permanent deformation and we get the shape that we require. Another example is steel table or steel chairs, where we get the shape by bending the metal or forming the metal into the shape that we require from a flat piece of sheet. The last manufacturing method is called the joining process. So we use all these different methods that we have used, that I have explained you in my video before. We make a different combination of different processes to get the right shape and then join them together to get the desired shape. Remember, you're not getting into a single piece of a car. All your car are made out of different spare parts where they are joined together to make it a one single piece. It is normally known as assembly, or in most common way it is also known as the joining of different parts or different metals. Okay guys, comment below and let me know which one is your favorite method that you like in the whole section of this video, and which method would you like to make me a more detailed video about in the manufacturing process. Thank you very much guys for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.